Hello, good afternoon, everyone. So this is part 2 of our series, sound effects, okay? The effects of music and sound. So last week we looked at the first time God said something. The very first time we see and hear sound. And so today we will be looking at one of the very first times we see and hear Jesus say something and release a sound. And so we hope you are ready to go deeper into this. So let's get started because we're not going to be long today. Here's our scriptures for today. Matthew 2:11. They entered the house and saw the child with his mother Mary, and they bowed down and worshipped him. Right? That's important there. The word worship. And then quickly, Matthew 3 from verse 15 to 17. But Jesus said, it should be done, for we must carry out all that God required. So John agreed to baptize him. And after his baptism, as Jesus came up out of the water, the heavens opened, and he saw the Spirit of God descending like a dove and settling on him. And a voice from heaven said, this is my dearly loved Son, who brings me great joy. So here's your first point for today. Sound produces songs and worship. Okay? Sound has the ability to turn into a song. What is a song? What is worship? It is a collective of sounds brought together. Okay? A song is the cohesiveness of a lot of sounds. Sounds that are stacked on top of each other or are stitched together is how one is able to produce a song. That is how the songs you listen to are created. Okay? Now, a song is not just sounds put together, but a sound coupled with someone singing to the sounds also produces or creates a song. This is how we are able to sing and worship God. We don't just let music play or let the band in church play when it's time for praise and worship, because that would literally just be us having instrumentals in church. Okay? So we sing along with the sounds of the band because now we have a song to offer to God as worship. Okay? So sound has the ability to develop into a song. Secondly, sound has a spirit attached to it. How do we know this? We just read it. Matthew 3 verse 16 says, and he saw the Spirit of God descending. There is always a spirit attached to sound. Throughout the Bible you will see this, right? Wherever you see or hear the sound of God's voice, His Spirit is always there. When the sound of God is released, His Spirit is also there. You will never see God's sound and His Spirit separate. They are always together. And I am wondering which spirit is attached to the sounds that we are listening to. Do you feel or encounter the Spirit of God, the Holy Spirit, when you listen to the music that you are listening to? It is dangerous when there is a spirit other than the Spirit of God that's attached to what you are listening to, because it will be dangerous to your spirit. So we need to be very careful, okay? Please hear me. There is always a spirit attached to a sound. Here's another thing. Sound has a sign or a signature attached to it. Where do we find this? What is the sign? As soon as the sound of God's voice said something, the Holy Spirit came. Right? The Holy Spirit was the sign, the signature, the emblem, the logo. Right? The sign of God's sound when Jesus was baptized was the dove descending on him. I can give you another example. When the 3 Hebrew boys refused to bow down to the king, the first thing that happened, this is Daniel 3, there was a sound that was released. Music played. And the king said, as soon as the sound is released, that is the sign for you to bow down. So when I say there is a sign or a signature, I mean that there is something that happened. Okay? Something that took place. There was an action that had to be displayed. A sign that needed to be displayed. So when you listen to what you listen to, what is the sign that is usually displayed? What actions or behavior do you end up displaying? Do you bow to that sound? If the song is about twerking, do you bow and start twerking? There is always a sign that is attached to a sound. Here's your last one. Sound always has something to say. Sound always has something to say. Verse 17 said, and a voice from heaven said. There is always something being said when there is a sound. What do I mean? I mean that there is always a message that is accompanied with any sound. What is the message in the music that you are listening to? What message is being communicated to you and to your life? Be careful of the sounds and the music you listen to and that you have on repeat, because sound always has something to say. Let me land this plane. Here's your questions and homework for today. Number 1, do you know what spirit is attached to the sound you are listening to? Number 2, what is the sign or the thing that you tend to do every time you listen or hear a particular sound? And lastly, number 3, what is the message that the sound you are listening to is carrying? Remember, be careful of which sounds you allow your spirit to submit to.